of your body was the MRI looking at?
I have no idea.
That's not physically possible. To have no idea. It's not possible. What would you say to the doctor? No, 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 don't tell me. I want to find out at my MRI reveal party. It's the lymph nodes. What is happening? For God's sakes, man, were you not curious at all? When they laid you down in a tube for a half an hour to 45 minutes? You didn't want to know what they might be doing? Or did you just think to yourself, what a loud tanning bed?
What?
It is deeply loud, those things.
He didn't know what part of his body they were doing an MRI on?
That is what President Trump has said repeatedly now. And in fact,
guys.
no, well, the White House has refused to clarify. They even put out a letter from the president's physician yesterday saying it was a preventative MRI, there was no acute crisis, but still didn't reveal
why not?
For what. And that has been something
where do you get a preventative MRI? Because I think the statement was for men in his age group.
It could be any number of things, but the White House has chosen not to clarify. This was part of his physical at Walter Reed Medical Center a month or so back. And when he's been asked about it, he just keeps saying the result was perfect, but doesn't say what it was. And neither did the White House.
Why do we know about it?
They did in the initial, when he went for his physical, they listed like they did XYZ, and that was mentioned. And he's been asked now a number of times, sir, why did you have this MRI? And he is yet to clarify. The White House has not either.
All right. In other medical news, the Food and Drug Administration announced on Friday it will be getting stricter with the vaccine approval process. Part of the justification for this comes from an internal study that claims COVID vaccines contributed to the deaths of at least 10 children. But public health officials are reportedly questioning the findings and asking to examine the data. Let's bring in MS Now medical analyst Dr. Vin Gupta. And Dr. Gupta, you have data that shows the risks from COVID-19 versus the vaccination in kids. Can you explain what the chart shows and why it's important?
Good morning, Mika. Absolutely. So for your viewers here, I believe we might have a full screen graphic. This was published in one of the leading medical journals just a few weeks ago, the Lancet. And what it found was it looked at tens of millions of data points across the world in children and adolescents. And as you can see, those red bars there, the risk of clots from COVID infection, other inflammatory vascular problems in the body for up to a 12-month period after diagnosis with COVID amongst kids is a lot higher than any similar risk from the vaccine. And this is in the tee-up you guys were talking about, the changes that the FDA is talking about with respect to vaccine approvals and potential issues with the COVID vaccine. They never talk about the actual data that's peer-reviewed in the leading journals across the world. And this is namely the tip of the iceberg here. COVID infection remains far, far riskier to the body, even kids, than any risk from the vaccine.
So, Dr. Gupta, there's another person who has now been critical of vaccines, who's been placed in leadership of the CDC. Tell us about this Dr. Ralph Abraham and what this appointment says about the future of that agency.
Well, Jonathan, later this week, we're about to have the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices basically recommend vaccine, but we're fearful that some significant vaccine changes to the childhood vaccine schedule will be recommended to this CDC leadership. Dr. Abraham is the leading MD now, the highest ranking MD in the CDC. He has a history very recently of being against mass vaccine campaigns for not even just COVID vaccines, but other routine childhood vaccines, flu vaccines. He was against mass vaccine campaigns in Louisiana, where he was state surgeon general. So that should worry us. He was a leading proponent of ivermectin, which has been debunked as a potential cure for COVID-19. So this is the type of individual that now is the number 2 at the CDC. Very much is going to rubber stamp whatever ACIP puts down as a recommendation later this week. So, Jonathan, that's the concern here. You have a list of advisors that are going to do RFK's bidding, and you now have CDC leadership in place that are going to rubber stamp it.
And finally, for the first time since 1988, when the U.S. first started commemorating World AIDS Day, the Trump White House did not recognize the day yesterday. And I just wonder, as a member of the medical community, Dr. Gupta, what does this tell you about the White House, perhaps its future response to potential global health crises?
You know, Mika, I think this is commemorating it is symbolic, but it's important. And I think this is emblematic of what we've seen now in the first year of the Trump White House, which is USAID no longer basically functions. Global health is not a priority. And whether it's HIV/AIDS and dedicating resources to stamp that out worldwide, or whether it's addressing pandemics and preparing us for, say, bird flu, which we're not prepared for at all, this is signaling their priorities. And so it's a sobering day, both symbolically, but also what this means from a resource allocation standpoint for the next 3 years.
MS Now medical analyst Dr. Vin Gupta, thank you very much for coming on the show this morning.